In the Canadian Rockies, a battle of Olympic proportions echoes through the mountains. The contestants are bighorn sheep, young and old rams alike, looking to make their mark. The prize is mating rights and the chance to woo the local ewes. With a number of males interested, there's only one way to settle the matter. Headbutting. They smash into each other with 40-pound horns, absorbing the shock with double-layered skulls. Whoever is left standing at the end is the winner. They are fierce competitors, strong, tireless, determined, and willing to use every trick in the book to achieve victory.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to HumanBeingSoulForever. This reading to be for the Aries, and let's just jump right into it. Alright, so the overall energy that I picked up for the Aries this month was the Page of Swords. And what I got from this Page of Swords is that you guys are definitely in a renewed mind. You guys are confident about your intellect. Your mental is clear enough for you to really make some good decisions to come ahead. And particularly with this Page of Swords card, what it also indicates to me is it being a youthful figure, also indicating passion for it. So, swords traditionally indicating having a very clear and logical framework. It also includes, though, that passion and that drive for what you truly want and feel at a heart level. And as I continue to go into the reading, what first popped out was the Three of Swords and the Queen of Swords. And this paired together indicated to me that first and foremost, there's definitely something of the heart nature and that you have passion for that has kind of fell through, or that you are realizing isn't as feasible as you once thought it was. But with this Queen of Swords here too, it also indicates that there is some balance between your heart and your mind. There was some weighing out and some judgment, some very critical judgment that was made for you to really understand what wasn't feasible for you anymore. So though it's painful because it was something that you were very passionate about initially, this Queen of Swords is still here to indicate that it's not that it's over. It's not that any creative project in your life, or even a relationship, this can indicate too, or just a job of some sort. None of those things are just not option and not feasible at all anymore, but really scaling down what your attention and what your energy is going towards. The Queen of Swords herself is very much so a woman who is a judge and of power, but particularly with the Queen of Swords, it's indicating that Libra energy as well, where it's the balance between your heart and your mind. She's a very empathetic leader, so she's not a leader who is just all critical and slices anyone that comes and disobeys her, but is more so a leader who understands individual stories and individual perspectives and try to make a logical judgment based off of that. So that indicating that, and also it indicating the air sign of her very much so being in the air herself, is that she's still idealistic. She still has a vision and a goal for the future that is not grounded in very, very practical things. Her ideas and her dreams are very lofty, but she has the power, she has the ability, she has the mental and heart balance enough to make what she wants to see practical and achieve it in a practical way. So this is what this is indicating to me, that though there are some things that had to die off and that you had to get rid of, the Queen of Swords is coming in and still indicating that it's just another way to go about it instead. And like I said, if this is a relationship as well, it's about you really coming to an understanding of what you need. And the Queen of Swords also indicating truth. So you understanding what you truly need and what you are truly wanting out of the relationship. And maybe you had to recently express that to your partner. And, that could cause some conflict, which may have some things off balance right now. But you have to trust and know that things will get aligned. And if this particularly for a relationship too, it doesn't mean that it's ending either. It just means that there is some transition. It's a transitionary period that you're going through right now. So yeah, with that being said, we have the Eight of Pentacles up next, which for me indicated you definitely just focusing more on the details, and maybe the issue with you starting out with this relationship or this creative project or your job or anything that this can apply to that was from a passionate place. You really looking back at the details and refining and retuning what, like I said, you truly want out of the situation. So it's very much so not about you retracting and going to a place where you have nothing to produce and nothing to give, but just really focusing more intently on certain things, to know that you're really going to get out of it what your goal is and what you're really trying to manifest. And thereafter was the Emperor. This is the Aries. This is your energy. This is you coming in and really, for me, indicating that was the thing that really was needed for you to get into your full self and really feel fueled by this journey. The Emperor is very much so, like I said, an Aries energy and coming from his heart. He's very passionate. He's very driven by his emotion and his intent. But what this also indicates is him being an emperor, he's someone who was also in charge of a whole empire and of many people and of many things. So he has to also have that balance just as much as the Queen of Swords do between his heart and his mind, and really understanding what he truly wants, which is his passion, but then putting forth a very practical plan to carry out those things. So it really indicates to me that there is a need for you to ground yourself and center yourself and focus a little more on certain things than others for you to really get to your goals. But it's in your reach and it's very achievable. You just have to understand that, this Emperor is one who, is in charge of a lot. Your life entails a lot, so you really have to be focused on many things at once and do it well, and have a plan to really carry out everything well enough for you to really manifest things into your life the way you want them to. And with even more manifestation, we have the Queen of Wands, who indicates to me, yet again, a woman who is very much so a visionary, and she knows exactly what she wants. As you can see in the card, she's like looking outward to see all the possibilities and the options. So like I said, this doesn't mean that, there's only one option or there'll never be other options, but it's also indicating that you now have goals and have a task that you have to focus on at hand. And once you do that, many more things will open up as much of your energy and much of your time opens up as well. You don't want to overburden yourself either, because you got a lot of great things coming ahead for you. And thereafter was this Seven of Wands card, which indicated to me there's definitely this conflict that you feel in your life with having to fight against certain things. So maybe these are people, maybe these are other opportunities that you are having to defend yourself against because you just don't have the energy to focus on all things. And it may feel like a big problem against you because maybe even traditionally you will want to really be able to handle everything. But the thing about it is that us transitioning out of Aries season into Taurus season, that is a big shift. And Taurus is all about practical works and groundedness and really making sure that home is taken care of and the foundation is built. Whereas Aries was a very much so initiating sign, and a sign that was fueled by passion, fueled by the spark of your mind and of your heart. So to go from a place where all things are possible in a sense and anything goes to now having to really focus on what to focus on, it's difficult for all of us, and we're all kind of feeling that kickback where we really had this angst to get out there and do things, but now we have to make sure that it aligns well with our goals and in our life, and making sure that we are still tending to certain things that just are practically needed. So with this energy, I feel as though that is indicating to you that you need to really continue to fight for what you truly want, but at the same time, if you are more so focusing your energy on creating things and focusing on those details and what you should be, then you won't even have time, you won't even have space, you won't even be in the presence of this continual conflict because your mind and your heart will be elsewhere. So the biggest thing is to drop the things that can cause you misery, and we have the Nine of Swords after that. If this conflict, if this battle in your mind and against others in other situations is really causing you to be stuck in your head and a bit upset about everything, it's about leaving those things behind and choosing what you focus on, because our thoughts, our emotions are in a sense controlled by us. And if we allow ourselves to dwell more so into these things, that's when we are losing control. Now, we can't always help what pops in our mind and what we feel, but we can definitely always help how we handle and how we react to what we're feeling and thinking. And like I said, taking that shift from focusing on the conflict into your goals instead will really be a benefit for you. And with this Four of Cups card, I feel as though it indicates that even more so, is that to not focusing on what you're losing and what you're leaving behind and what you can't put your energy into, and instead focusing on that one offer, because that's really all you need to feel fulfilled and to really be granted a chance and an offer at something that can fulfill you, and just with this one thing that these many things couldn't, even if they tried to. And what that leads you to is the Wheel of Fortune, which is abundance, which is opportunity, which is prosperity, which is you really aligning with your passion and your goals. So it's about you taking that one offer, like I said, that is going to embody all things that you need and that you want in your life. And with this also comes the possibilities that this Queen of Wands is looking outward at. It also includes the possibility and the plan that this Emperor has, which is you. All right, Aries. So with that being said, we could pull a few Nature and Nurture Oracle cards to get a little more clarity and guidance. So let's do that. All right, so what we got is Owl Seer, Elephant Gratitude. This has been coming up a lot this month. And Air Message. That aligns well with a lot of the air cards and sword cards that have been coming out in your reading. All right, so starting with Owl Seer, we have omens, prophecy, dream time, and wisdom. Pay attention to what is not being said. There are many messages in between the lines. You have psychic abilities and the power to know the truth despite what is being projected. This is a powerful time to receive prophetic messages and meditation in the dream time. You are protected by the power of knowing and becoming friends with the invisible worlds that exist beyond your physical reality. Wow. Okay, so for this indicates to me, the first thing that popped in my head was this Wheel of Fortune card, which is when I said focus on the certain things and have faith that if you focus on those things, that many things are to come. That's what that indicates to me, is you're really having that faith and that belief that the things that you put your intentions into, the things that you focus your energy into more, is going to grow. Where energy goes, energy grows. I think Lisa Nichols said that in one of her videos, and it says it all the time. And it's a truth. It really is a truth that if you really focus on things that you want to manifest and that you want to prosper in your life, in due time it will. But if you also focus on things that is going to leave you in despair and misery, rest assured that is going to be more things to validate that feeling and that energy. So it's really you focusing on what you truly want in your life, and being able to keep your attention span on it long enough for it to really manifest into something great, and not feel like when things don't kick in and come in right away that it means it's not meant for you. Really focus on what you truly want and know that you can have it and believe that you can. All right, so next we got Elephant Gratitude. All right. And this is to give thanks, recognition, and acknowledgement. If you have drawn the elephant today, you are being asked to express appreciation or give thanks to any given situation, thing, person, or persons, including yourself, for its active and former presence in your life. You can even express gratitude for things that have not arrived yet. Pulling this card can alternatively mean expressing gratitude in the form of service. If you are feeling called to get outside of your own bubble and see the world from a higher perspective, the being of service can assist you. Whether you volunteer locally, help a friend, or organization, it does not matter as long as you feel the spirit of humble thankfulness while doing so. Definitely. So, first and foremost, yet again, with the Wheel of Fortune and things that are coming into your life, it's about really having the appreciation and the thanks and the gratitude for those things, because that indicates that you do truly believe that they're coming. But also giving thanks to the people who have helped you along this way, and to yourself, because you definitely put in a lot of work and time and passion and energy into what you were trying to build. And that's why I'm indicated that it's not this thing of you giving up on your dream and on yourself and what you want. It's about you just focusing more on exactly what you want and really focusing and putting intention and energy into that, because that will allow you to really manifest what you truly want. You know, that's just really keep on coming out, because I think that's the biggest thing to be stressed is you have the power to really bring into your life all things that are possible. So definitely do so. Was something that also stood out to me with this. Let me do it again. Oh yeah, and also it's about you coming from like I said, spreading out all your energy so thin, and being able to just focus on one thing at a time. And that indicated you going out and seeking things that you could really put your energy and your effort and your time into to show your appreciation, your gratitude. And I've what that indicates to me is going from many options to yet again one option, is really putting your intent behind those things, and knowing that the reward out of it will be satisfaction and joy for yourself. It's crazy how giving to others can also fuel ourselves, where we would think traditionally that it'd be taken from us. But we are social beings, and we're people who just truly want to work together, and we're one. We're just a big sense of oneness at the end of the day. We're one consciousness, and it's about understanding that what you do for another really does reflect on yourself and really does impact yourself. And if it's done in a positive way, that's a positive impact on yourself. But like I said, sometimes the greatest things that we could do for others is first help ourselves and get into a position where we are able to really be fulfilled enough to give to others. All right, and ended it off with air message. We got, this is thought, logic, communication, and reason. Incoming messages, communication, and ideas are headed your way. Important conversations and dialogue are happening, and it is wise to listen. Drawing this card can also signal inspirational thoughts and a time of channeled wisdom, if you have a voice that clearly wants you to utilize it. So write, speak, sing, or pray. If you are inquiring about a situation or relationship, drawing this card can signify a conversation that communication is important, or more discussion is required before proceeding. Definitely. So, like I said, if that Three of Swords card indicated any sort of heartbreak that has gone on in your life or in a relationship specifically, it's about you really knowing that this Queen of Swords came in thereafter to indicate to you the need for you to really think more objectively and think more rationally about the situation, and also communicate effectively with your partner and with the situation, to really get clear what you truly want. in them as well. Sometimes people follow your lead in the sense of, if you're not revealing, then they don't want to either, because they don't want to stir the boat. But somebody has to do it, and preferably two people who know what they want and communicate that effectively will guarantee success of a relationship, of a business endeavor, creative project, much further than two people holding back would. So definitely understanding that you have that ability to communicate and be heard, and still make something work at the end of the day. If you come with it with a passion and an interest, and with empathy, the person is not going to take it as criticism that isn't constructive, or as hate or any of the sorts. All right, Aries, so I really hope that resonates with you. Like I said, I think the key for you is just to really focus on focusing and focus on the things that truly matter the most for you, and not forgetting about yourself and what you want while you're on this journey of process. And I understand that you commonly want things to be fresh and new and revived, and start things because it's better to start it than to just have it in your mind. Absolutely. But in this time, like I said, in this season, in this Taurus season, it's definitely about us building a good, stable foundation before we proceed. Because once Gemini season and Cancer season, and then the rest of the year comes on to where we're really having to we're really going to be amped up, and it's going to be summertime, and it's going to be things about that we need to do and that we want to do. You want to have that energy, you want to have that foundation, you want to have that stability to come from, to where you feel as though you're not going out there half full, and have things that you still very much so worrying about at home before. So yeah, one more little sense of guidance. I'll pull an angel card. All right, we got trust. Excuse me. So yeah, trust the process. Trust, like I said, what is to come into your life. Trust that you focusing on yourself and building up your foundation will result in much success and much abundance coming into your life. Think of it as, if you have a plastic bag and you put something really heavy, say like you put a television into a plastic bag, that plastic bag isn't going to be tight enough and strong enough to really hold that TV in it, But if you instead get a cart or get something that you could put the TV into and really hold it and hold its weight, and still be able to maneuver it on the wheels of the cart easily, that's a much better foundation. So focus on building that this month. Focus on really building that up, so you don't have to worry about the things that you put in that cart. You can just throw whatever you need into the cart and go on your merry way once you're ready, because that is what is possible. You have that ability, and like I said, it's you using your Aries energy and your fiery energy to really focus on setting focus and setting intention and setting foundation as your goal, and using those sparks of energy to achieve that, instead of feeling as though it has to be an overarching big thing that you're always setting out for. Sometimes the small things are just as important, or if not more important, as the big things in our life. So definitely keep that in mind. All right, Aries, so I really hope that resonates. Check out my Instagram and Facebook for more content about the channel. And with nothing more to say, I love you, and I'll talk to you later.
Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra,